Hey folks, it's Josh here back for another weekly business vlog. I'm scrambling in my head right now because I did zero preparation and I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. Normally before I go to record these, as most of you know, normally I record a vlog once a week. I usually post it on Sunday. And I kind of review what happened over the last week, maybe pull one or two business lessons, talk about the books I'm reading, stuff like that. And usually I'll be honest, I'm going to pull the curtains back here. Usually I spend like a minute preparing before each one. And usually what I do is I pull up my calendar and I look back on what happened over the last week and I kind of think about the interesting stuff and what I did and what's worth talking about and what's worth not talking about, stuff like that. And that's really it. And maybe I shouldn't have even shared that information because now it seems like this is all willy-nilly. But anyways, it kind of is. But it was a busy week. I don't know why. Second half of June and a lot of July was quite quiet for us. August has gotten really busy. My last 2 weeks have been really busy. For me, busy means a lot of calls because, as you know, we run an immigration tech platform in Canada called Visto, and pretty much I'm in charge of all the marketing, the sales, I do the product demos, I do the training and stuff like that. And so I was expecting August to be a little bit quiet, but it's actually been quite busy, which is great, right? We signed on way more clients over the last 2 weeks than I expected, which is a good thing. I think we're continuing to just pump out new product features, and that's really helping drive interest. I think if you're building or running a tech company, continuously getting feedback and improving based on what your users or paying clients are saying is so important. And I think that's probably been the two best things that I can highlight that we've done that have worked for us, right? I mean, this is one business, so take that with a grain of salt. Probably the two best things we've done is, number one, listen to our clients and build new features based on what they're asking for. And number two, just consistently market all of that stuff. So market our new features, market success stories, just build a personal brand and a good presence in your industry. So in our case, Canadian immigration. So I pretty much post almost every day on LinkedIn about Canadian immigration. We have a podcast, we have a blog, all that kind of stuff. So I think, and this could probably apply to almost any other business, whether it be tech, services, products, e-commerce, right? All that kind of stuff is number one, continuously talk to your clients so that you can improve your products or services. Because even if you're running a services business, right? Hey, you run a cleaning company, or hey, you run an accounting firm. Just always be talking to your clients and asking for feedback. Did it go well? Did you like the service? What could we have done better? What was done poorly that you didn't like? Blah, blah, blah. So number one, always talk to your clients and continuously improve your product or service. And number two is just market the crap out of it, right? Especially these days, it's harder than ever. It's more competitive and harder than ever. But I think I think I said this in a previous Substack post. Oh, by the way, if you're not already following on Substack, you definitely should be. The link will be in the description. But I've read this, I've said this in recent history. As it becomes so much easier for anyone and their mother to start a business, a service business, a product business, build a tech platform with no code, it's so much easier to start a business now. So what are going to be the big differentiators? It's not going to be the best tech platform because with no code tools, with AI, almost anybody is going to be able to build and launch tech products really quickly. So the differentiator is going to be who can market and sell the best. So I think that should probably be priority number one for pretty much any company, no matter what stage you're at. Unless you have leads falling through your front door, already, then marketing sales should probably always be a priority, especially building an online presence, right? So posting on the right platforms, building an email list or Substack in my case, kind of the same thing, Substack, email, Beehive, right? Whatever your platform of choice is. I used to use Aweber. Now I use Substack just because it's a little bit more convenient. It's kind of like an email list and a blog and a website all in one place. But anyways, doesn't really matter. They're all kind of the same thing. So launch or build a product, get it out ASAP. listen to your customers, improve based on their feedback, and then focus on sales and marketing and giving a good onboarding and, client experience. So that's been pretty much it. I don't have too much else that I really wanted to talk about. I have been trying to work in because usually the summer is quieter. So I think part of the reason I've been busy is number one, we still have people, like a ton of people, booking demos and signing up for our platform every week, which is great. And then part of it also was I expected August to be a little bit quieter. So I started scheduling some check-in calls, some partnership conversations, stuff like that, because I figured it'd be good timing. And it's all just converged. So anyways, like I'm looking back on my calendar, Friday was packed. Thursday was packed. Wednesday was a little bit quieter, but Tuesday was packed. So it's just like a really busy week. Again, not complaining. I'd rather be busy than not. And so we're thinking about, we're adding some big new features as well. So on the immigration side, if you're not like a Canadian immigration nerd, this might all sound like gibberish to you, but we've got some big AI updates coming. So we're adding some big new content like case law to our immigration AI chatbot, which is really cool. Hopefully on Monday, we'll be launching an entire kind of like leads manager. So law firms can intake leads from their website. They can calculate their express entry scores in one click, send them retainers, all that fun stuff. So just continuing to add new features. I won't go in depth on that because like I said, if you're not a Canadian immigration nerd, you probably didn't understand half the words I just said, so I won't bore you with that. But anyways, so that's been mostly it on my end. Nothing too crazy. I think one thing I might work more into that I was talking to my co-founder Alex about this past week was doing some more in-person visits. So we're based in Toronto. Most of my sales we do on video call, Google Meet, Zoom, all that fun stuff. But now we've gotten to the point where we kind of know what our sweet spot and core target market is. It's kind of interesting because when you start a company, you're like, oh, I'm going to build tech for Canadian immigration professionals. But after a year and a half of being in the industry, you get a really good idea for how segmented your market can actually be, right? For example, in our market, we have immigration lawyers, we have immigration consultants. They're actually very different. And even within one of those, so for example, an immigration law firm with one lawyer is very different from an immigration law firm with 8 lawyers, as an example, right? So you get to like further segment your target market kind of day by day as you get to know it a little bit better. And we've sort of gotten to know our sweet spot that we're going to kind of double down on and target a little bit more intentionally. So I'll keep you posted on how that's going. In case you've been missing them, on Substack this past week, I sent out a few newsletters about buying businesses because we've been keeping an eye out to make like strategic acquisitions if possible to try and grow through building businesses, right? So like, hey, you're building an immigration tech company. Maybe there's a small company that's looking to sell that sells to the same people that you do, or that you could cross-sell the services to the people that you do, right? So anyways, if you're curious about buying businesses or growing your company through business acquisitions, definitely make sure you're on the Substack. The link will be in the description, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast platform. So definitely make sure you're signed up there. And you'll also get this vlog sent directly to your inbox as well every week that it goes out, usually on Sunday. So take a look at the Substack if you're interested in business buying. I'm not sure, what am I going to be talking about next week on the Substack? I'm not sure yet. So you'll have to tune in to find out. But it'll be something about business lessons and stories and whatever that I'm dealing with day to day. So I biasly recommend signing up. On the book side, I am probably about a quarter of the way through Awaken the Giant. What is that what it's called? Tony Robbins' book, Awaken the Giant Within. Awaken the Giant Within. I read it maybe 5 years ago. I mean, Tony's a legend, right? If you're in the business or personal development book reading stuff. Tony's a legend. The book is really good. It was time for a reread. Usually the great books I like to reread every 2, 3, 4 years, depending on the type of book. So I'm going to go reread that, or I'm in the middle of rereading that. I'll probably need another 2-ish weeks to finish it. It's pretty big, but it's pretty impactful. He's a great writer. He writes like he speaks, which is, passionate and interesting and all that fun stuff. So anyways, I'll keep you posted. Probably, maybe not next-ish, maybe not the next vlog, but the one after that. I hope to be finished, and I'll do my full review and recap and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's it for me this week. Shorter and sweet. Hopefully you enjoy these vlogs. If you do, a thumbs up, a subscribe, or whatever the heck you can do on the platform you're watching or listening this to on always helps. Definitely make sure you're on the Substack. Link is in the description. Or if you're already on the Substack, you don't have to. And you can be annoyed at how many times I mention the Substack. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you have a good one ahead. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.